Oh my god. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
god. Yase has. I mean, go ahead. Say it. Go ahead. Say it.
Yase has sealed their fate. Like,
Dude, this is so crazy. I cannot believe Yase just did that. I mean, tell me in the chat.
right?
Maybe you saw that coming. I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah.
I thought we had an easy Tiffany boot, and that they were editing up Xander and David to be like the Reynolds and Eddie from Caramon of this season. Oh my god! Wow. I honestly thought that Tiffany was going to go home because of the fact that Tiffany was going so nuts.
I know, right?
She was getting like the crazy lady edit, and it was so obvious. And so to see her not go home was shocking. What are your thoughts on this episode? Just right off the bat, we'll get to the whole episode through.
Okay, so my thoughts on the episode overall pretty positive. I'll say that. I really liked the episode, and I got a good bamboozle, I guess you could say, at Tribal Council. I got bamboozled. I was that like wow, you know. I thought it was.
What were your thoughts on Voce?
Xander or Tiffany. I'm really disappointed to see Voce go. I really liked Voce. You know, in all like
or may not.
Premiere.
Yeah, we may or may not be having a Voce exit interview coming up. Maybe it's a hard maybe. But I might get Voce for an exit.
He did DM on Instagram, so like you know, it's like confirmed.
Me and Voce have been talking on Instagram DMs, and may or may not have an interview coming up with him. I'm sure he'll be pretty not happy about this departure, but we'll talk about it on there. Maybe it's a hard maybe, but maybe we'll get it. So overall, how do we feel? So overall, is the episode a good episode, a bad episode, middle episode? Like, how do we feel overall?
I mean, it may be like, you know, recency bias, but I thought it was a good episode. I really liked like the stuff in the beginning with Brad. That was fun. You know, the challenge itself was a train wreck for the Yasser tribe, which was fun to kind of watch.
They almost like
segment.
Yeah. They almost Sareed Tiffany.
I know, right?
They almost gave Tiffany the Saree on the bounce beam.
Yeah,
they gave her the slow-mo shot. You gotta push.
You gotta push. Come on, Tiffany. This is what you're made for.
Jeff sounds like an operating room doctor. That's what he sounds like.
All right. So it was sometime with Jeff's voice. Like it sounded like he was losing his voice a bit.
Yeah, so we had a raspy voice Jeff, which is pretty rare. I can't remember the last time that we had like raspy voice Jeff. It's been a while. Usually he's pretty good about like maintaining his health, but obviously he must have ate something bad because his voice was like
still intelligible, thankfully, but like, you know.
Yeah, that's good. I was wondering what would happen if Jeff just like had a medical issue. Like, would they just stop like having a host, or would they
maybe
just
like bring Matt in or something? I don't know.
Matt, from Matt Van Wagen you're talking about?
Yeah, Matt. That's what I always thought would happen if like Jeff had to leave, like had to leave.
Yeah,
Matt Van Wagen would probably
especially now with them breaking the fourth wall. I think they have no problem just bringing Matt Van Wagen as him. But overall, I feel like overall we're looking at a semi-decent episode. I think there were some fun scenes early on. Again, we got nothing from Luvu. I want more from Luvu. I understand that they're probably the most boring tribe, but force it. Even if you have to force it and give me give me like a half interesting scene, I just want more from the characters. Yeah. I only know Sydney on this tribe a teeny bit, and I think we're gonna get like a lot more from Sydney next episode. I know a bit about a bit more about Deshaun now because of the twist for the island. And we know Danny from last episode, and that leaves Erica. What is it? Oh no, sorry. And we kind of know Nasir now too. And so what does that leave? That leaves Erica. That leaves Heather. That leaves Heather. Right. So there's two people that I don't even know like what they're even doing. Like I was like,
going to be very good at it.
I think between Tiffany and Heather, I think Tiffany, while she's there, is going to get much more edit time than Heather is. Although I think Tiffany is also probably going to go, pretty soon after this because she's getting like that edit of like
the crazy person,
dumb player. She's
dude, it's like no, we gotta do Voce. Like she's going crazy. Oh my god, don't do that.
That last 5 minutes was almost as like panicky as like Jamie from Guatemala. Like that was how panicky it was. It was so panicky.
Crazy.
Okay, so let's talk about the episode as a whole. So we start out on the Ua tribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we have Ricard and JD going off alone. I thought Ricard and JD were enemies. Like,
yeah, me too. I want to say something though. Ricard was so annoying in his confessional.
Oh my god, dude! I think
you're so bad at the game, that they're like, oh my god.
I honestly think that they're trying to make him a hero, but they can't because his tone is so it's so condescending that it's actually like annoying, and it comes across like really ungenuine and really petty.
He could be a Bradley though. He could be like the Bradley of the season that goes out like 7th.
Yo, that's actually from Ghost Island, right?
Yeah, from Ghost Island, so like last pre-merge boot, and is like super annoying.
He's super like snarky and like really annoying, but like not in like a way where you like just want to go punch him and try his throat, but like kind of a way where like you're like, oh my god, get this guy off my TV screen, which is not necessarily the best way to be a villain, but it's not the worst way either. There's worse types of villains. There's like a Brandon Hance type of villain that's much worse than a Brad type of villain. So definitely. So we start on the U tribe. Now we have Brad. All of a sudden he's looking like Tony right now. Brad is going nuts. Brad's going nuts. Brad is going up the thing, down the thing. He's got spy shacks going on. Is the spy nest next? I don't even know, but he's got spy shacks going on. He's hiding in bushes. Brad all of a sudden is becoming like this, and I think this was a terrible move. What does this do? You get
me too.
Thing. Why not just walk out of camp slowly, and then once you get across the path, then start running so that Chantel and Jeannie don't know that you're doing a spy shack. Tony didn't tell everybody, okay, I'm gonna go do a spy shack. Bye, and he goes and spies another hat because that's the silliest thing ever. I don't understand what was going through his head. Like maybe Chantel and Jeannie would help him. Like I don't understand what he thought he would gain from telling 2 people in the tribe, one of which has actively tried to target him at one point or another.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like, okay, guys, just let you know, I'm gonna go spy on these people. See you guys, and just like runs out of the camp. And then they're like, oh, okay. And then he comes back, and then obviously Shan's like, I don't know if I can trust you, Rad, after pulling something like that.
Well, he's acting like Kage and Tony, which is not what you want to act like.
Yeah, Kage and Tony.
He's over here like running in bush. Yeah, right. Well, like Tony had a 1 in 1 million chance of winning that season, and he did. But the thing with Brad is that he's so active, and it's not really helping him. Like all of that could have been done without doing all that. He could have just walked down the path slowly and then ran off as soon as he was out of sight from Chantel. But instead, he included Chantel and Jeannie in that sort of situation, and now they can blow up his spot, which Chantel does. I believe, right? Yeah, she told Ricard, right?
Yeah, she tells Ricard, and that's why Ricard's like, "You're so bad at the game, Brad." Oh my! I will say though that it did make a good scene though with Brad like all running like
it did. That was probably my favorite camp scene. Yeah, that's probably my favorite part of the episode. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean this episode for me, it's not weak, but it's definitely not nearly as strong as the premiere, and it's not even. I think it's probably a below average episode, but honestly, I'm fine with that. Honestly, I mean below average for Survivor, it's like.
I mean,
above average for TV.
That challenge part was Xander was like. I'm so like I'm lost. I think butterflies are dead relatives. Like we know why he said that, but like everyone else there must have been like, what is this guy talking about?
It's a bit too much of a disadvantage. Like
I understand that of a disadvantage.
Like I understand that when you see that there is a beware advantage and it tells you beware, like there is a part of this that is bad. You're supposed to think twice. But at the same time, do you really expect anyone to not open up an advantage just right in front of them?
Yeah, like I would have done it. Come on. I would have done it. I probably would have done it.
We all done it. It's Survivor. No one wants to be the guy who put it back.
Yeah. However, I think I would have been more hesitant, though, since we did see what happened to Jamal in 39, but I probably still would have done it either way.
I mean, it's would have kept it there, and then when I felt like I was in trouble, I would have gone back for it and hoped that nobody found it. Now, maybe... So it said to put it back. So I'm guessing if he had tried to bury it, then production would have been like, no, put it back. But maybe you just put it back deeper in like the tree or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. How you really are supposed to do that. It was kind of like he was kind of in a rock and hard place. I mean, like it's an advantage. I would open it, but that's pretty overpowered. That like. You may never get your vote back, or like because you have to wait.
Yeah,
until all
like what?
3 people get it. I think it's probably gonna be like until the merge. Like if no one gets it by the merge.
I was gonna say
let this guy have his vote back.
there's no way that they would keep it in like after them, or you're at like final 5. You still don't have a vote.
I
That'd
know
be
it's
so
like
funny.
I haven't voted at all the entire game, and I'm still here. Yeah, but
What's
I
up,
think it's a
Sloppy?
bit overpowered in the like case of like it's too overpowered to like to you. Like it sucks to have that. And like this totally relies on other people's abilities to find idols in other camps because yeah, like we
Yeah,
really haven't really seen any idol hunting in any other camp besides the Yasser camp. I mean, at least from what we've seen. Like I know like we
I
saw
feel
that
like
little like thing with Danny and Deshaun, but other than that, like we really haven't seen that much idol hunting. So who even knows if
I feel
Xander will
like
ever get his vote
this.
back?
I feel like these idols could have been done in such a better way. Like I love the way that the little extra vote island is done. Like I like the fact that it depends on what other players do, but you have to walk up to talk to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and we can develop characters there. I do not like this way that idols are now. I don't think it's game breaking. I don't think it's nearly as bad as
Yeah,
like Edge of Extinction is or anything like that. But I think it could have been done better in a more digestible way. Like as a super fan, I for a second I was like, wait, what? Huh? Like, and then after I was like, really? Like that's it?
dead
Like
butterflies. Like you're
he has to
like
wait
dead
for
butterflies.
everybody on every tribe to find the idol, and then he can vote again. Come on, man! Like, come on. That's BS.
I
BS.
know, but I think like it's funny how like they chose like such insane things to say to
Yeah.
each other. Like one of them was about
Yeah.
AstroTurf, the other one was like I just realized broccolis are like miniature trees.
Miniature trees, which is so stupid. No,
I
okay.
know.
So, Rohan asked, "Do you think that Yase will be maxing volume 2?" Honestly, I think Yase will be, but it's not going to be the same type of. So I feel like the best time go into the merge with in a three tribe season that where you go in with less numbers was in that Philippines and Cagayan era, because in Cagayan you have the Brain Tribe going with no numbers, and they completely succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Philippines you had the Matt Singh tribe go in with low numbers, and they succeeded, because in that era the flips were like frequent but not like every single time. But now, because of the fact that it's not just like, oh, underdogs get numbers like in Samoa, right, where it's the 444 and underdogs get numbers and keep the numbers. No, now
Mm-hmm.
it's like underdogs get numbers and then lose numbers and then get numbers and then lose numbers. So coming in with 2 people, that only takes what, 4 votes, and your whole alliance is gone. So I feel like now it's just a bit too complicated to just go in with like a Matt Singh and just kind of
Yeah.
take over. People are a little bit more smart. Plus, those seasons have now been seen by other people. And Jack says, like Xander said, they don't even know if there's going to be a swap or multiple swaps. You have no idea. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell me, are the rumors about there being no swap, are those confirmed, true, somewhere in between?
I
Tell me about
actually
it.
have no idea where those rumors came from. I heard people talk about them. They're not from Inside Survivor. Like I'm pretty sure they're not from Inside Survivor. So I don't know where those rumors are come from. But if it's true that there's no swap, then Yasser is royally screwed. I mean, they already screwed themselves by not getting rid of Tiffany the first chance they could, and now they got rid of Voce, and now what they have Evie, Liana, Xander, and Tiffany. That's not a good tribe if you want to win challenges. And even though swaps aren't for the most part inevitable on Survivor, you can't have that be like the thing that you're hoping that happens, because you never know what happens in Survivor. So that can't be the thing that you're like always like, okay, well, this is going to happen 100%. So we're safe, So I think Yasser's kind of screwed at it right now.
Yeah, I think Yase has dug themselves into a hole. Now it's a matter of, can they be a Mat Singh, or are they going to be like, I don't know, the tribe from Thailand who got Pagong? I don't know, whatever, like a Pagong. Are they going to be able to weasel themselves in? And if so, are they going to be able to stay weaseled? Because once, like for example, if there's a like in I'm trying to think, like a season like Heroes versus Hustlers versus Heroes, right, where the Hustlers kind of weaseled themselves in the alliance with the healers and the healers and the what?
Hustlers,
Wait,
heroes,
Hus heroes. There we go.
hustlers,
Heroes and
and
heroes.
heroes. Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
heroes and
that season was
hustlers
so
kind of came
stupid.
together. I know the heroes
That
and the
season was so
hustlers
stupid.
came together and they voted out the healers at the merge. Is what happened in that season.
Exactly. But once the healers were gone, did any of the hustlers win? No. It was the heroes, and in the end, it was Chrissy and Ben who had the real shot to win. So just because the hustlers kind of latched onto the heroes, eventually you're going to get picked off if you can't weasel your way in. Which is why Evie going with Deshaun is actually a really good idea, because if you can start making these bonds early, then these bonds may last a little bit longer.
True.
And
Yeah,
yes,
Evie's probably
I don't know if it's necessarily going to be a oolong type of deal because of the fact that oolong, like an oolong type of deal means that like the pre-merge to pull out went 8 votes. That's crazy.
I think
like,
they
there's no
extended the
way.
pre-merge just because Oolong was losing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest. Like that's never been confirmed, but I have a feeling that since they lost so many times, like no, are we actually gonna get a whole like tribe decimated? I think they extended the pre-merge a bit for that season just for that.
Yeah, and then of course Cecilia, her favorite season being Heroes versus Hustlers. Of course, she's talking. She loves when we talk Heroes versus Hustlers. I cannot believe I
That's
just
the
said that
only
out loud.
time we'll ever talk
That
about
is so
HHH.
embarrassing. The only time, the first and the last. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going through 3 episodes. So then we get what? We get the Yase tribe, where originally we get Evie and Voce and Xander. And we're like, oh, is there like a new Power 3? I thought it was the girls. And then, and they're like, oh, this and that and this and that. And then all of a sudden, it cuts to Evie going right back to the girls. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. The guys are getting played. And Evie's like, I'm actually with these girls, and I'm playing those 2 guys. I'm like, okay, well, someone's got to switch because there's no way that they would just set this all up easy because obviously going to be one of the guys. And they didn't. There was a pretty obvious boot, actually, which is, I guess, is kind of refreshing because you don't want every vote to be blindside because then you're just going to always be guessing what's like the big surprise this episode, that episode. And so it's interesting to see that Evie is playing both sides here and actually doing it very, very well to the point where.
I mean, yeah. I mean, even though like I guess Voce was like the obvious vote off, I still kind of got bamboozled by Voce getting voted out. Even though it was like the obvious vote.
I was shocked. I was dumbfounded because I was reading it and I was like, okay, no, it's obvious. Like Tiffany's getting like this stupid person edit who's freaking out, and there's all that going to turn on her, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And then Evie's going to have options between the guys or making a tie with Liana, or really it's not a tie because Xander doesn't have a vote. And so that would have been pretty interesting, tribal if Tiffany goes, and then it's Evie, Liana, and then it's David and Xander on the other side, and then if Evie wants to stay with Liana, then Xander's vote doesn't count, and then it's 2-1. That's so much more interesting. That's why I wanted Tiffany to go. Like, if we're gonna get an obvious boot anyway, might as well just be Tiffany. Like, why couldn't we have Tiffany go in the spot? It would have been so cool. What's up, Underdog? By the way, what's up? So Skylander. After this, we get what the is it the Luba tribe? I think is with Nasir starting to fire. Go ahead and talk about that. Yeah. We were talking over text about how oh my god, do they like Nasir again? Oh my god, what?
Okay, so they actually edited it to make us think they wanted Nasir out. So the confessional from Sydney they showed us in the preview was we want to get this guy out or whatever. But what Sydney actually said is we used to want to get this guy out, but now we kind of like him because he's a provider and stuff. So they kind of tricked us with the edit. But yeah, Nasir's like a big provider for them and stuff like that. So Nasir actually seems to be in a good position. And I have no idea who'll go home from Luvu if they go to Tribal Council, but they won't because they're Luvu, so it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I want more from this Luvu tribe. Force it if you need to. If you need to give me a stupid scene that's kind of boring, I'll take it. But I want to know who Heather, Erica, and Sydney are. I've gotten like the guys at this point. I've gotten Deshaun this episode, and we got Daniel last episode, and we obviously know about Nasir because he at least he was screwed last episode. Give me more about the girls. Like, honestly, the girl that we know the best about is Sydney, and I don't really know. Like, I know that Sydney is what's it called? Like, I know Sydney was like, she's supposed to be like, oh, she's Angelina Part 2. Come on, I want more than that. I want more. I want to know like really about her. Like,
you want
to
like see like what Sydney? The thing I know from Sydney the most right now is I think she's like kind of like the figurehead of the Luvu Alliance, I guess, is because like she seems to kind of be like, running the shots there because everyone's kind of talking to her and stuff like that. So, and she's also the one getting the most confessionals, which is probably a good thing since they're like the least shown tribe that she's the one getting the confessionals. Deshaun's probably also pretty good. I have no idea what's going on with Erica and Heather.
Does she even exist?
Yeah, does Heather even exist? Was she sat out? Oh my god, she sat out. No way.
No, I'm talking about Erica. At least Heather like gets time like on screen while other people are talking.
Yeah,
Literally,
right.
Erica. I mean, I didn't know she's on this. If you're a casual viewer, I just like for example, my friend Jack in the comments. He's a pretty casual viewer. There's no way he knows who Erica is.
I
There's
know,
no
right?
shot.
I
There's no
think she
shot.
didn't get in
There's no shot.
confessionals. I think she got like she got to say 2 words this episode. So, big aspirations right there. She's going to say 2
Agreed.
words in an
By
episode.
agreed on Underdog. I think that this episode was kind of disappointing. I was talking to Skylander earlier in the stream, and I really did say that this episode for me is subpar. And you know what? That's okay because we just got a kick-ass premiere. Now if we had gotten like a very average premiere, like a I don't know, like a premiere first 39 maybe, like that's an average premiere. If we had gotten that and then this episode, I'd be worried. But because we had a kick-ass premiere, I'm kind of okay with them going on the second episode. Usually the fourth episode is really like the banger. The third and the fourth episodes are usually the best episodes of the premieres. Usually it's the third, fourth, and fifth. So hopefully we'll get our rebound next episode and have a very interesting boot. I feel like with this episode is that the first half wasn't crazy, but it also was kind of cool, and then the second half was boring. I mean, it was just straight up like everything from the island, which was obvious because they told each other like what they were going to choose, and then the vote was boring, and yeah, it was just boring. It was boring. It's just, I mean, but at the same time, that's okay because it wasn't too crazy. What are your thoughts on? So okay, after this we get what? After that, I think we go right to the challenge. Actually,
Yeah, we go to the challenge.
Thoughts on first of all, thoughts on having the challenge earlier in the episode, and then doing all of the stuff after that.
I think they probably should have had the challenge later in the episode, just because like there wasn't that, like, even though like I still got totally bamboozled by the vote out. In all reality, though, we didn't get that much from like so I think they could have extended the challenge, but the challenge itself was just like a shit show for So I mean, like Tiffany just couldn't get the challenge done. Like Sari from Game Changers, she couldn't get over the freaking balance board. I have no idea why they chose to be on the balance board. But yeah, I think they probably should have made the challenge a little bit later in the episode.
Yeah, I mean, so how do you feel overall about the amount of this island that we're seeing? Because after this, I think we go back and we have some kind of meaningless camp scenes that I don't really remember. But what I do remember is that after this, at the end of the challenge, we have the tribe that won picking the tribe that goes to the island. Yeah. How do you feel about this? Do you find this fair that the tribe who won gets to pick one person from the tribe who lost, and then one person from either their tribe or the other winning tribe? Like, how do you feel? Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's not fair?
I think it's pretty fair. I mean, they're still going to be able to get the vote unless you're Xander after the once they come back from the island, and I think it's actually a pretty cool thing. I don't think they've done it before. They might have. I'm not sure. Were they actually going to pick if they want another person from the losing tribe, from the second place, or from their tribe, which makes it a little bit easier on their tribe because I mean the person knows they're safe.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like I like, I don't know. For me, I'm kind of torn. But later in the episode, right? Do we get the premiere now, or not the premiere? Sorry, the island twist. The island.
We get the island twist right after the challenge, which
extra vote island.
Oh yeah, extra vote
Talk
island.
About it.
Survivor extra vote island. Yeah, no. I think Evie played it pretty well here. She obviously got the trust of Deshaun as he risked his vote, which I mean, to him, Evie's a stranger that he's known for probably about an hour or two. So I would say pretty well played by Evie on the island part. It was really interesting to good to see him talk because I thought it was interesting to see him talk. Honestly, I don't know about you, but then we get to the and the thing is but the bad thing about this island one is that we knew what was going to happen because they literally said it like 2 seconds and like, all right, I'm gonna keep my vote, you're gonna risk your vote, and then we get this whole emotional Deshaun thing or whatever, just to like, oh, he risked his vote, she kept her vote, like, oh, okay.
I think we have Snuff trying to get onto our recap right now. I mean, I'll try and get him on. He wants to hop on. I don't know if he's going to answer. I don't even know if he's still watching, but if he is, and Snuff, go ahead and DM me on Discord, and I'll give you the link to get in. But yeah, so I think overall it's a matter of this island cannot be a thing that happens every episode, because hypothetically, I was talking with you earlier. If they have this 7 episodes until they merge, let's say that they merge at 11, like in Kaguyan, right? That's 7 times that they do disadvantage if they do it every episode, or 6 times, something like that.
Yep.
And if that's the case, that's 6 extra votes going into the merge. That's ridiculous. That's
unless
OP.
they keep their vote both times.
Yeah, not going to happen. There's always going to be someone who takes the vote. In fact,
Probably.
no, it's going to be 7, because both Xander and JD both got it. So yeah, that's 7 the extra votes. Now what you're saying is, oh, what if they did like some variety? Okay, then that's 4 extra votes, 2 idols, and 1 legacy advantage. That's not okay.
Crazy.
That's not acceptable. That cannot be like okay to do. You know what I mean? It's not something that should be allowed. I think it would seriously ruin the game for sure.
I mean,
Right.
yeah, I think it's not going to last
I
much
get
longer.
snuffed. Yeah, you just give me a hot take on the episode while I try and get snuffed on the thing.
Hot take on the
Get snuffed
episode.
thing.
What? Hot take on
go
the
ahead.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I'll say a couple of takes. Tiffany should have gone home. I don't care. No. Let me give my reasoning. Right. So obviously they're banking on the fact that they're gonna have a swap, and you just can't bank on the fact that you're gonna have a swap, because Survivor's unpredictable. You never know. And they have to get rid of Tiffany, because you never know in Survivor. So the fact that they're banking on, there's going to be a swap. Okay, what if there isn't? Okay, you get rid of Xander, still no swap? Okay, well, now there's 3 women left. Well, what are you going to do now? So it really is, at the end of the day, a very bad, poor gameplay. They got rid of Voce, and honestly, Abraham probably too, that they got rid of both of them. I mean, David kind of paid the price for getting rid of Abraham, because it was going to happen to Xander. I mean, I was pretty sure that one of the guys was going to get voted off at the end of the last episode. So, I mean, that's my hot take. I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, Queen Tiffany. I don't agree with that at all.
Like Tiffany, you're not a Tiffany fan. Well, how about this, guys? We have a guest. It's not snuffed yet. It's Underdog. Welcome, Underdog. Hi.
Hey,
Underdog,
what's up?
Let's go.
What's up? Hey, everyone's popping in tonight. Everyone's got a guest. You're in the chat. Send me your disc. No, just kidding. No, you can't do that. But listen, Underdog, how do you feel about this episode overall? What's your thoughts on it?
So I said this in the chat already. I thought it was kind of underwhelming, because we saw
me
one
too.
scene of Ua and one scene of Luvu, and a bunch of people didn't get confessionals. And as you guys were just talking about, the island twist getting kind of repetitive at this point. But I think what we saw in the preview is really, really encouraging. So I'm not writing the season off
Sydney go to
at
tribal
all.
council or something? It looked like tribal council where Sydney went to or whatever. Like it was like some.
It was some like night
weird
island twist.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm very
I don't even
excited
know
to see
if
what
it's
that
Sydney
is.
because I don't even know if it's Sydney because her confessional, like saying, "Oh my God, I'm so scared." That's in daytime. So either she's talking about it like the day after it happened, or she's talking about something completely different because it's daytime and it's in camp or something. So it could just be like a decoy for us to think, "Oh, it's Sydney," and then it ends up being like Evie again or something. I don't know, something like that.
Well, it's about time we get something from Lulu, so I hope it's Sydney.
True. So overall, who's your guys' favorite tribe? For me, it's got to be Ua. I mean, I know that we've gotten Yase so much, but at this point, I'm almost kind of tired of Yase because of how dumb they're being right now. And Lulu, obviously, we've gotten nothing but a peep from the guys, and we've got nothing from the girls. Sydney being the most, and if Sydney's the most highly edited person on your cast, and she has what, like 4 confessionals, really? Or sorry, on your tribe. Come on. Like that's unacceptable, and so that kind of leaves Ua as the only tribe that seems pretty likable at this point. Do you guys have any love for Yase or Luvu? I guess. I mean, or do you guys agree? Is it Ua like by a country?
I had love for Voce, but that didn't matter.
I love how we thought Voce was going to massively overplay, and then he ended up massively underplaying.
I know, right? It's
he thought he ended up as the decoy vote.
The
as
decoy
the
vote.
safe vote.
No.
Just a bunch of wasted opportunity there.
I literally said it in our fantasy draft. He is going. He may vote out. He may it to the end. But if he gets voted out, it will be because he overplays out of the game. And I was so wrong.
Dead
Also, I
wrong.
just want to say real
Exact
quick,
opposite.
Xander almost
He
went home.
underplayed.
Guess who had Xander at 16th on their power rankings? And Xander almost went home.
But he
Okay, it
didn't
was-
go home.
I don't care.
They
It was
kept
a split.
him.
It was a split like
Yep.
last decision. It was a last decision thing because I don't know what Tiffany did. She was like yelling at people and stuff, and I
Well-
guess they just caved or something. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, fine, we'll vote off Voce. I don't really know what happened.
This might be a hot take. I feel like Xander's the second safest person on that tribe. There is no chance they get rid of him at this point. He's just too good in challenges, and that tribe is a complete train wreck in challenges. I feel
Exactly. That's why they're gonna get rid of him. They don't care. Like
No.
Evie literally said she didn't care. It's like we've already lost twice. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll just get Matt Singh. I think Spencer was dead on in his prediction. Like Yase is getting Matt Singh. It's happening.
Yep.
It's happening.
Yep.
It's happening.
Well, I had said it's either going to be a Yase Matt Singh or Ua Matt Singh, and it looks like it's going to be a Yase Matt Singh. I said it all the way in, and I said that they're probably going to dissolve them to like the other two tribes, and then they'll probably merge after like a double tribal, and then they'll merge like that. And that's honestly pretty good TV for me, so I'm actually kind of happy about that.
Okay, let's say what if they do get Matt Singh? Who do you think are the two Yasser that are going to be left in the game?
It's either going to be
I would probably say
Evie and Xander or
probably,
Liana.
honestly. Yeah. Yep.
I
I
I'd
think
love to see
if
Xander
they go
survive,
again,
but
I think if they go again, it's definitely Tiffany. And then from there, you have Evie, Tiffany, and Liana. Sorry. Evie, Liana, and Xander from there. And from there, you probably get Xander with no vote, and so the girls just vote for him. It's easy. Because there's no way that Evie votes out Liana when Liana is like the perfect ally. She's not really a good player. She's not going to beat anyone at Final Trial because she's kind of like too abrasive, I feel like, personally. And I don't see a world where Evie takes Xander over Liana. I understand like meat shield this, meat shield that, but like just looking at it like rationally, there's no way. So I feel like if people come out of this tribe, I think it would be Evie and Liana. Thoughts?
yeah, I agree. I think Xander's in a pretty bad position because we were like, oh no way, they're gonna not get rid of Tiffany, and then they did just that. They didn't get rid of Tiffany, so I have really no more hope in the Yasser tribe to make logical decisions. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean that's true. I feel like part of the issue is Liana. I feel like she Voce laid it out for her like this is why we need to get rid of Tiffany because you don't know if a swap's going to happen. And she, I think, said in one of her confessionals like we're pretty sure that a swap's going to happen. Well, you can't be sure. On that, you can't bank on that, especially in this season. It's not safe to bank on that. So
keep the one.
And she, I feel like she said preseason like she wants to play deviously, and I feel like she thinks that sticking with her alliance over physical strength is playing deviously, and that's not
literally
necessarily smart.
Sometimes the boring move is the right move. Like I think that's what people need to understand in modern. Sometimes the boring move is the right move. It's just how it is. Sometimes you got to vote out the people that aren't physical because you want to be there the next day. You don't know if you'll be the next day because you're going to keep losing challenges.
Yep.
We know for sure there's no swap in the next episode too. So,
what about the Beware advantage? Do you guys think anybody from the other two tribes are going to find it? Because I kind of feel like maybe Brad and Shan are going to find it.
Yeah, because I love it. We got like the thing was like Brad was like, I love these twists. I like Survivor. It's twisty or whatever. He said something like that. So
and they were clearly hugging it out, which that you wouldn't just hug it out for no apparent reason at all, especially when like Brad and Shan haven't really been that close of a pair. And like Brad is Shan's like number 3 on this tribe.
Yeah.
You know what? They probably find it like, oh no. And then they're like, wait, Xander said that weird thing in the tribe or in the challenge. Oh my God, Xander's found it. Now it's only one more. We're so close. Yay, hug.
Yeah,
and that's
I can't wait to say broccolis are miniature trees. That sounds so fun.
Or something
yeah.
stupid like
Did you guys know? I feel like a goat on AstroTurf.
Is that what it was? I feel like a goat on AstroTurf.
Yeah.
How did you just bring that up? Like before the challenge started, Jeff. I really feel like a goat on AstroTurf.
Well, the awkward thing is that Xander's now going to have to repeat the same line about butterflies at every single challenge until all 3 are found. And at which point, like it's going to be super obvious what's going on.
It's like the last challenge of the pre-merge. It's like, okay, Jeff, like I really believe that like butterflies are dead.
Jeff, this is a conspiracy. I think we need to solve this before we finish the challenge. Are butterflies actually our dead relatives?
Yeah, we need to figure it out. And then someone's like, I think broccolis are just miniature like trees. or whatever.
Dude, how drunk was production on the night they decided of this?
Seriously.
I feel like a goat on AstroTurf.
Like, oh my gosh, how many beers did you have, Jeff?
Like, I thought it was gonna be like something
1,000.
like they say during the challenge, like you gotta dig deep. I'm like, no, the goat on AstroTurf. Like, really? It's so obvious.
Yeah,
that
they
it's like
definitely
something's going
got lazy
on.
with those for sure.
What if it gets down? What if it gets down to 3 people and still it hasn't been found? Then and Xander's still there. Then it's gonna be 2 people voting.
He still doesn't have his vote. Like, oh my god.
You're talking
Also,
about yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of the no vote thing, how does that affect the shot in the dark? Like, is he allowed to use his shot in the dark if he doesn't have a vote to give away for that?
Oh no.
I think so.
Because if he is allowed to use it, then there's kind of no risk other than you lose it for the rest of the game. But if you're allowed to do that, you don't have to give up your vote because you don't have it in the first place. So you might as well use it, especially in a spot where Xander knows he's on the outs, or he should know if he's a smart player that he's on the outside of a 3-way alliance. And if he doesn't have his vote, I would just go ahead and use it.
Yeah,
I think if I'm him, if I'm him, I'd probably use it when they get down to 3 because I think he knows that they're probably going to vote out Tiffany before him, and then when it's
at this point you can't make any assumptions. It's the Yasa tribe.
Yeah, you'll never know what's happening. Turns out Evie's actually the next vote off because Tiffany saw something in the water that she had a dream or something. I don't know.
She had a dream about butterflies and broccoli.
And it turns out that like Evie was the goat on AstroTurf that killed her or something. I don't know. It's like, oh my god!
Are you guys high?
Survivor conspiracy. Remember the Survivor conspiracy iceberg? This is just going to be on the the complete bottom of the iceberg. Yeah. Broccolis, goats, and butterflies.
Broccoli, goats, and butterflies. The trifecta.
It's gonna be like Survivor 41 was secretly acid
was
trip
a
or
message.
something. I don't know.
Survivor 41, Island of the Broccoli, Goats, and Butterflies.
Yeah.
That's the title of the season. That's actually what the secret island is called. That's what it's named. Island of the Goats, Butterflies, and Broccoli.
It turns out the monster's actually a giant goat that has broccoli and butterflies on it. That's the monster.
It has arms for broccoli.
And it has butterflies around.
Arms for broccoli, what?
Yeah, that's the monster. It's a goat with arms to broccoli, and then it has butterflies on it or something. I don't know. That's the monster.
This is high quality Survivor content.
This is content,
brainstorming
guys.
what the monster is. Broccoli, butterflies, goats.
Dude, this is content and a half. Okay, all right. Okay.
This needs to be an entire video.
Yeah, the
seriously,
conspiracy
I need to clip this
butterflies.
Conspiracy. How are broccoli, butterflies, and goats related? Does this spoil the entire season?
Yeah, I mean,
do we have
one person sitting at the end is a goat, one person sitting at the end is a butterfly, one person sitting at the end is a broccoli.
Yeah, they actually kill the entire cast and they just replace it with goats, butterflies, and broccoli.
Okay, I'm putting it in. Okay, time out. Okay, back to
before we lose too many viewers.
Yeah, right. No, actually, we went up in viewership, which is sad, which is pretty sad. Okay, so we're obviously going to be doing our Power Rankings podcast, usually super long, like an hour and a half on Saturday afternoon. Mm-hmm. That'll probably drop. And we're gonna be recording that soon. Any previews, not necessarily numbers, but who's dropping, who's raising, and who has gone. Just who's dropping and who's raising.
I mean, Xander's still going to be around 16th. He might not be at 16th place, but he's still going to be around there.
What? Nah.
Look, he's in trouble, bro. Okay, someone
that's in trouble, but if he makes it out of this tribe, he has an extra vote and probably is going to have an immunity. So if he makes it out of this tribe,
like Decoy Vote every single vote.
I actually think Liana is
like
the
Decoy Vote every single tribe.
Yeah,
he'll be like he'll be the Decoy Vote for like every single tribe will pass the merge because always be like, oh, we need to get Xander, and it's like secretly blindside EV or something. I don't know.
I don't know. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Also, who was the Decoy Vote that Jeff was talking about in his strategy preview? Like someone's going to be the Decoy Vote.
Yeah, so would you put your name on the line?
Who even was this episode?
Yeah,
that didn't happen.
Tiffany. No, it's definitely Tiffany.
But that wasn't very clear in the edit. Like, when she heard her name was out there, that she freaked out. Yeah, but it wasn't like her alliance told her we're gonna put your name out there as a decoy. It was like Voce brought it up and they told her and she freaked out, which is not what Jeff said was gonna happen.
And the reason
I don't know
that
about that.
and the reason that turned to that is because she freaked out. Now, Jeff
Mhm.
would have never said it like that if she didn't freak out. It probably wouldn't have made the show if she didn't freak out. But because she freaked out, Jeff's like, well, what if you would have freaked out? Like, but he can't say freaked out because that would spoil the episode. So instead, he's like, what if somebody put your own name on the line? So I feel like he was trying without trying to completely spoil the entire episode, which I can appreciate from him, actually.
Yeah, don't be spoiling the episode, please. Don't do that.
Jeff already does that every 8 seconds with his little backyard sit downs.
To be fair, though, when he like says the stuff that's like, "Would you do this?" It's the stuff that gets revealed to us in like the end of the episode for the next episode. So it's not like really as egregious, but it's kind of like, why? Backyard Jeff.
He could be saying like, "What if your main ally got up during tribal? And by the way, he's an African American fellow. And what if your main ally got up and
with long hair?
By the way, and by the way, you're a pastor. What if your ally got up? And by the way, hold on. And by the way, you have Brad in your tribe, and you start naming.
And by the way, you sing evil humming music when you're in confessional.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, you're a pastor, and you're a mafia pastor. And by the way, he so like.
And by the way, you're winning the game.
Yeah, and by the way, you've actually won the game.
Yeah, well, they announced the winner on location, so I'm surprised that there hasn't been any major leaks to happen. Like anybody hasn't slipped up on social media. Like I've had chats with David. Obviously, he has no idea who the winner is because he's pre-merge. But I've had chats with, Voce, and it seems to me like he had fun out there. But he's pretty disappointed in the way he.
I mean, I would be too.
Did you chat with him after the episode, or did you not get a chance to?
I chatted with him before, about a week ago. We had a brief chat where it's like, and yes, Cecilia, we're talking, Cecilia. We're here.
The chat is not active, but the 3 people on the screen are.
The 3 people and the 10 viewers are very active. No,
yes.
And by the way, like, sub, do all that good stuff. You know all that stuff. No, notification bell is the most important thing.
We need to get Voce for
I tell you
chance
every
too.
episode.
We do. We need an exit interview for Voce now that he's out.
Yeah, no, we need Voce for second chance too. It has to happen.
Actually, yeah, I feel like he needs a second shot because we were robbed of like actual Voce potential. And if he comes back, he's coming back with a vengeance. He's not holding anything back.
Yeah, he's like, I missed my last time. I have like Russell Hans now. I'm actually gonna do it this time, guys.
I'm going to play like Russell Hans on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if they had done 3 boots and in the premiere, which they generally could have done, honestly, if they had done that, this would be the best premiere flame out from like cast release to vote out for Voce. That would have been the biggest premiere flame out of all time because he goes from like he's Russell Hans, oh my god, he's being crazy, and he gets voted out because he's like too passive. That would be crazy, like a crazy way to end it, you know?
Yeah, it would be. I think.
So about Evie, because Evie's the person who's like in control of this tribe. How do we feel about Evie overall as a whole?
Evie, for me, stayed the same on my power rankings because she continued to be the dominant player on the tribe, but the tribe is such a train wreck, I can't justify having someone from the Yase tribe at number 1.
Yeah, true. She's a good player, but like for some reason she just can't like
she can't wrap her head around the fact that she needs to at least win 1 challenge.
Yeah, I mean it's conspiracy. Like she hates all men. She's gonna vote out every single guy. It's a conspiracy. Yep. She's purposely losing the challenge now. But really though, she just for some reason she can't like get rid of Tiffany. I don't know why like she's wanting to hold on Tiffany.
Yeah.
Because she's not physical. Now she's like maybe even a strategic liability because she gets really frustrated and stuff like that.
And when they told her about the idol, like Evie knew exactly that Xander didn't have the idol. She knew what the other people had to say in order for him to have it, and they didn't say it. So she knew for 100%. And they still decided to go with Voce because Tiffany got overly paranoid when they had all the information. They didn't have to guess at all.
Personally, right? I think there is, after all that, there's almost no reason to keep Tiffany. She's like, she'll work with you, but like she's gonna be really difficult, and she's also sucks in challenges. There's almost no reason to keep her at this point. I feel like so. I'm just kind of like, well, why did you keep her? I don't get it.
Facts. I mean, I think with Tiffany, it's a matter of like you're keeping someone who's probably gonna be a loyal ally, but even then, she panics every time the vote happens. So is it really like a serious like? a serious thing where you need to keep Tiffany. For me, I think this is a good vote for Evie, honestly, because now there's no threat of the guys taking control, and she has Xander who has to cling to her like a little baby boy. And I think honestly, Evie is. We'll say that for the power rankings, but I feel like Evie is definitely doing good, and I think at this point, Evie can vote out Tiffany now because she can afford to vote out her. She has two people who are just like foaming at the mouth to after that. In Liana and Xander to align with her, and that leaves the other one to vote out. It's very, very easy. It's very, very simple.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, though, I still think you want to win challenges. Like, there's always a possibility you can go home, even if you think you're the best positioned person in the game.
Especially with a shot in the dark.
Especially with a shot in the dark. Like, there is really no reason, especially this season, to not want to be safe. And like she was like, well, we've already lost 2 challenges, so we're dead. We're gonna lose every single challenge. So I'm like, not necessarily. There's still a chance, but now I really think Yasser has dug their grave. I don't know. Like I think probably only 2 of them are gonna make it to merge now. It's not looking good for them.
Yep. And as always, guys, check out these guys' channels. Look them up. They'll come up. The first thing you look up, Skylander. What are you doing on your channel? I mean, this isn't the end of the video. If you guys are worried, no, this isn't the end. I want to take a little break. And what are you doing on your channel around this time of Halloween starting to come up? Is there anything any Halloween Skylanders? Is that a thing, or am I just?
I don't want to give anything away, but I do have some spooky stuff in the works, I guess you could say. But I know this is completely unrelated. Skylanders is about to hit its 10th anniversary, so I'm definitely gonna do something for that. So that's all I got.
There you go. And then Underdog. Do you have any videos coming out? I know you don't post as frequently as me and Russell do, but
I post so often that they just don't even come up in subscriptions. Like every second I post it. No, I'm just kidding. I've been busy with school, so I haven't been able to post as much as I want.
Gotcha.
But I do have a video that I recorded like a month ago with Russell Muscle that I still have yet to edit. But that is a good video, and it'll come out hopefully soon. I don't know. No guarantees for me. It's about we're debating the top 10 players of all time. So we each made a personal list of the top 10 players, and then we sort of combine them into one cumulative list. And then also I have a video of defending Edge of Extinction as a season, not as Twist, as a season, which is more of a scripted video, which is more of a style that I prefer. So I expect to see more of those in the future when I have more time to make videos. But yeah, so those are 2 videos that I'm working on in air quotes.
All right, guys, so
they may come out in a year, they may come out in a decade. I don't know.
All right, well, guys, go check out these guys' channel. All right, let's get back to the episode. So I feel like with this episode, do you feel like somebody comes out looking a lot worse? Because we talked about how people look better coming in. Did anybody coming out look worse? For me, it's easily Tiffany. Tiffany's
and
the one
Liana
that comes out looking terrible. Liana,
I will say Liana dropped maybe like 2 or 3 in my power ranking because she was so unwilling to vote out Tiffany. She seemed the most unwilling to do so, and I'm like, why? There's no reason to
not
keep
really.
Her at
No.
point.
Yeah.
Didn't she say out loud? Like, okay, well, if you don't want Sandra, like, could we do Tiffany? And her and Evie agreed together that we could possibly go for Tiffany.
I know, but them both agreeing. But I think Evie was always going to be more okay with it. I think Liana's just I don't know. Like
I think Evie's thinking more rationally.
I think she's thinking more rationally.
If anything, I think that Evie wants to keep Tiffany more because she's scared of the guys, and so now she voted out.
But there's only one guy left. Like, what is Evie scared of?
Of course.
Exactly.
And so now I feel like Evie's best move is to vote out Tiffany because
everyone's best move is to do that.
Everyone's best move is to vote out Tiffany.
The
first
Luvu
round.
tribe's best move is to vote out Tiffany.
I know, right? It's like, why don't you just vote
out
Tiffany? It's so
question.
Easy.
Now, if it gets to a point where it's so if it gets to a point where it's 3 people and it's Evie, Liana, and Xander, and Xander can't vote.
I mean, well, shoot, if Xander's there and it's Liana and Evie, like Xander's screwed. Like, no, even if he had his vote, he's screwed. The only way he can get out of that is if he has an idol. And I don't even know if there's idols this season. We haven't seen any. There might just be the beware advantage, butterflies and stuff. Like, I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, the only way he gets out of that is I think making fire because Liana is
Okay.
not going to vote for Evie. She's going to vote for Xander. So then Evie would have to, if she wanted to go with Xander, she'd have to vote for Liana and then hope that Xander makes fire.
Which,
Wait,
I mean, he
what?
probably could
But
over
wait,
Liana. I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Okay.
They can't
So
draw
if-
rocks in that situation.
Yeah.
It's fire.
Fire making it final 3.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a new one.
No, that would be a new one. That would be pretty crazy.
Did we lose Spencer?
I don't know. I think he's. I think he's calculating it or something. Yeah. No. Let me give the rundown of it. So there's 3 people, right? Xander can't vote. He can't vote. There's nothing he can do. Not Tiffany. Liana votes for Xander, and then Evie votes for Xander. So the people that are tied, Liana and Xander, are safe, but they can't draw rocks because only Evie can now draw rocks, and that wouldn't be fair. So I'm pretty sure that means that.
Well, it might be like the
Liana-
Kimmy situation
Fire
where
making
like
challenge.
Keith. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay. It might be like the situation in Cambodia.
But hold on. But if I go again, just keep talking.
Okay, yeah. It might be the situation in Cambodia where like the Wentworth and Jeremy both got played idols for, so they were immune, and then Spencer won immunity, and then they voted for between Tasha and Kimmy. And so if they didn't pick one of those two, then it would have been Keith by default. It wouldn't have been Rocks. But I don't know if that would be
But
the
that's
same
with 6
situation.
people, and now we're at 3 people.
Yeah, I really don't know what it would. I
Yeah.
think it would most likely be a
think-
fire challenge.
I think past 4, all of the times that you go to rocks now switches to fire makings. So it's no
Yeah,
longer
probably.
if X and Y are getting votes, so then it's W and Z who draw rocks. Now it's X and Y get votes, and X and Y do fire making. Now I think.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
so-
probably it. They can't draw rocks in that
Yeah.
situation, so it probably fire. But I mean that in that situation could possibly happen. If they go to tribal council and they finally make a smart decision, vote off Tiffany, still lose. There's no way I don't think that Liana votes out Evie, and now Evie is going to be in this position where does she want to keep Xander or does she want to keep Liana? And I think she's probably going to want to keep Liana, so Xander goes home.
True. In fact, I think my video tomorrow is probably going to be on either the Beware Advantage and how crazy that is and how unfair that is, or it's going to be on the State Tribe and how much of a train wreck they are. So get going on those thumbnails. But yeah,
Or
so,
it's
I
going to be
feel-
going. Or it's going to be about the conspiracy
What is,
about
like-
the broccoli and butterflies.
Oh,
Skylander,
no.
that'd be a great
You guys
thumbnail for you to make.
The goat, butterflies,
It's kinda
and
would make,
what?
like, It's
That'd be
it's
the best
like
thumbnail
a
ever.
That would be. It would
like
be,
a
though. I'm
mushroom
just-
thumbnail. It's just like a shroom trip. It's going through
Yeah.
the video. No,
Psychedelics.
Mhm.
Yeah, psychedelic. No, for me, it's a matter of do you want every tribe in your face? Because me personally, I want every tribe to for me to care about, and that's why I'm having a tough time like relating to this episode. But if you just want Yase, then you got it. You got Yase. That's for sure. But my thing is, I wanted specifically more UA. I think more UA leads to better episodes for the season. Period. End of story. I think there was more that happened on the Ubi, so they just didn't put in because the UA tribe didn't win. That the UA tribe won the challenge. I think if they had put more UA and maybe one more, so maybe 2 more UA scenes and 1 more Luvu scene, I think this episode is much better off.
Well, that's actually a certain combination. More UA, but maybe a little less of Ricard. Maybe a little less of Ricard. I don't know. He was kind of annoying. It was kind of annoying when UA part. I'm gonna be honest.
But that's his thing.
Kind of annoying.
Is he makes you so mad that you want to keep watching? That's all.
He's the Bradley of the season. I think that's his trajectory. He's the Bradley of the season.
He's like the
Yep.
he's like the Pete. He's like the Peter from Ko Wrong of this season.
Yes, exactly.
He's continuing to show being villainous because first episode is I hate JD. He's playing so hard and I need to get him out. And then in this episode he's like, I hate Brad because he's trying to. He's bad at the game. So we need to. So do you hate people who are bad at the game, or do you hate people who are good at the game?
I think
do
he
you
just hates
hate
people.
everybody?
Either
Or do you
guys-
hate people who use the word guys?
Probably that.
I think it's all of the above there.
The thing is, Ricard used the word guys in episode 1, so Russell
Didn't
Hintz
he?
exposed
Wait, did
him.
he?
Yeah,
Wow, get
he was like, "Hey,
exposed.
you two guys over there, you getting on paddles?" Like exposed. Yeah, I know it's a
exposed.
conspiracy.
Wait, hold on. And the people who he's talking to were like girls, or at least like one of them was girl.
I don't know. I think so. I think they were.
Oh my, dude, that'd be crazy if like if he was talking to like a girl and a guy. He's like, guys, come here. Oh my god.
Social
I'm
media
rewatching that up just to see, and if he does say that, I'm gonna lose it.
No, he says guys. I
dying.
just don't know who to. It's right when they all get into the boat in the very first challenge. I know it's that.
Oh, like in the very first challenge, then he's talking to everybody. Boom, there you go. He just proved himself wrong.
Oh my gosh.
It was off
bro.
for the
He just,
social media,
oh my
bro.
god.
It's off for the social media.
Okay,
bro.
let's
just getting
stop
cooked up.
this talk before we get too angry. I think.
Yeah, we start punching our mics or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. no.
Thank you, Ricard.
I mean,
How
yeah.
could you?
yeah. I mean, with the thing with Ricard is we came in so high on him, and all of a sudden he's just down the gutter. And then with Evie, we came in so low on her, and he's just up. She's up and up in the. And the thing is
Did you just say
we
he
came-
in regards to Evie?
Wow.
No. I said Ricard. What did you hear?
No, I
heard
thought you said.
when you were referring.
Yeah,
to
you said
Ricard.
Evie. He's going up and up. I thought. that's
No,
what you said.
no, I said she's going up and up.
Okay.
No, I was like, but I'm saying we thought Evie was gonna be a terrible person, and we thought Ricard would be an awesome person, and they flopped. No, sorry, they both went down for people wise, in my opinion. But Evie went up as a player, and Ricard went down as a player. That's just my personal.
How did Evie go down as a person? I don't know.
Well, in this episode, she said that. I mean, she had said, "I don't want to go with the guys because if I get to the end, then they're not going to respect my game because I'm a woman." I mean, listen,
It's not like
That, well, she didn't
totally
say exactly. She
outplayed.
said that like in the past that's happened on Survivor, which is not incorrect.
I understand.
But
Again, I'm just saying.
I disagree that that's a smart. I don't think it's a smart strategic decision to cut off that
Exactly,
option.
exactly.
But it's not factually incorrect.
Of course. Again, this is why I'm saying, player-wise and person-wise, what do I like about this person's ideals, and what do I like about this person's chances in the game? Two very, very different things. All right. So I just want to close it out. What do we like? Overall thoughts on the episode? So go ahead and Skylander first. Can you give me a minute just of just overall like on this episode? Your thoughts?
Overall, I think the episode was pretty average in most instances. We got some pretty cool stuff in the beginning. Challenge was blowout, so not like the most fun thing to see. And then obviously, in my opinion, a disappointing vote out. Seeing Voce get voted out third, that really stings. And also just seeing Tiffany stay over Voce, that hurts even more. But overall, I think the episode was pretty average. Not like the best episode ever, but definitely not the worst. I mean, I'm just happy to see another episode of Survivor. And so, yeah, that's my opinions on this episode.
Underdog?
Okay, so my opinion, first of all, I don't know if we really talked. Well, you guys probably talked about this at the beginning before I was there because I was slow and didn't finish the episode yet. But the first scene with Brad pulling out of Tony's playbook, going into the forest and building a spy shack, I don't know. I think it may have not been the right move for him. It's a good move if you're socially integrated into your tribe, but it's a bad move if you're not and you have a power player like Shan who's going to leak that information. So
I had made the point, just to pause and then you can finish. I made a point. Why don't you just leave the camp just unannounced, just start walking out slowly, and once you turn the corners, then go run so that Shan and Jeannie don't know that you're going. Then you can do all that stuff, and then you come back and slowly walk into camp, and then nobody knows you did it except you. Now you're giving Shan the power, and also Jeannie, but more importantly, Shan the power to go tell Ricard, and then you're really, really screwed.
Yeah. But I feel like Brad just really wants to play the game hard, which I respect, and I like seeing that. I don't need everybody to be super game body. I like people to just have fun out there. So I'm not super mad at it. I want to see Brad stay for a little longer, but I don't know if that's going to happen because he's a bad player, so he shouldn't doesn't deserve to be here. But I thought the episode, like you said, it's fine.
So bad.
I wish we saw more of why Tiffany wasn't voted out, as opposed to why actively Voce was, which like we sort of got to understand that he was like the backup vote, which was really unnecessary and robbed us of seeing King Voce. But I wish we had seen why.
You're really sucking up to Voce for this exit interview.
I mean, Voce was.
I wanted to see him play because I wanted to see him absolutely screw himself over.
Also, I wanted to be right about Xander rubbing your guys' faces for like ever about how Xander was like going to be the next. I was almost close to being right.
It was too obvious to be Xander.
I mean, I don't know. It was like the
plan was so clearly in place with a couple minutes left to go before trouble. You knew something was going to change.
No, see, I actually know what happened. Voce got the Ethan edit in Winners at War where they brought up his name like for like a little bit, but they didn't focus on it. But when you do get blindsided, you know, like, oh, that's what happened. So that's kind of what happened in this episode.
True. Yeah, I just wish we knew. Sorry,
I was collateral. He was aligned with the wrong person and trusted the wrong people and just happened to get screwed over in the process because he was not necessarily like the safe vote, but the vote that worked. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just wish we saw why Tiffany stayed, like why the girls so badly wanted Tiffany to stay after clearly like. I also loved how ironic it was that Tiffany in confessional was saying, you know, maybe I costed the tribe 1 or 2 minutes, maybe 3. It's like, no, you cost them at least 5 minutes on a challenge that should take like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Tiffany was definitely trying to like make herself
like you were the sole reason why you lost that challenge.
Yeah, like you can't be coming out. Maybe just maybe like it's a theory, right? I could maybe, possibly might have costed just a tiny bit of a slow down in the challenge. It's a conspiracy though. You don't know.
That's the thing is that Tiffany. I think Tiffany definitely drops for me the lowest. Like as far as spots dropped, I don't know if it's necessarily the lowest spot. Well,
she's
we'll have to
lowest
see.
for me.
That's a great segue into our Power Rankings and Prediction podcast, which will be airing Saturday afternoon. And in the meantime, on tomorrow and then on Friday, I'm going to be dropping videos, probably a video on the Yase tribe and how it's going to fail to be bad, and then the Beware Advantage. So those are going to be 2 banger videos. Check those out. If you're watching the stream right now live, like the stream. It helps so much. Subscribe, but most importantly, keep those notifications on. Thank you guys so much for the continuous support. Obviously, our community is just doing great. Let's continue to grow. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your pops, tell your uncle, tell your dog walker, tell your dog walker's brother. Okay, that's it, guys. I will talk to you guys in the next one.